Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Today I am hiking at Lynn Valley Canyon, and this is so awesome. Look at that. The water, hope you can see it. And the forest, gorgeous British Columbia, and I'm freezing. My hands is freezing, so I'm gonna put on my gloves so I can continue. It's such a work doing all this recording, but today I am just inspired to share this channeling that I've been receiving from the Sirians, because I was writing about this channeling for the Monday evening that I share in Zoom with a group of beautiful souls. So right now I'm also inviting you wherever you are, if it works for you. It's a Pacific time, 7 p.m. in Zoom every Monday, that I am sharing the star beings that are channeling through us. So when I was tapping into the Sirians, I actually had a lot of dreams, wild dreams. And you know, I live in this dream world. My Neptune, the planet of Neptune, is in Scorpio. So when I dream, I have a lot of death, rebirth, investigations, mystical, awesome invitations for my soul to explore. So I am sharing all this stuff that I'm going through, and one of them, I think it was just the other night, was about my lifeless body. I was naked and I was seeing myself. It was horrific. It was kind of dark dream. I was seeing myself lying in the floor in one corner of the room, and I was in a lucid dream where I was also experiencing my children, and that I was trying to stop them to see my dead body. So it was wild, as if I was in this matrix of, you know, I was alive, yet I was already dead in the third dimension of my physical incarnation. So I have a feeling this is also a part of my acceleration in tapping into the higher consciousness of these higher beings that are channeling and using me through my dreams, my own experiences, and the way I see and perceive matter. So it's like this, you know, three-dimensional glasses that I'm wearing and that I could see through beyond the form or beyond the confusion or drama, chaos that as a human being is going through. Like I was sent into this portal so I could alchemize the, you know, like the unconscious perceptions that imprints in old beliefs that our incarnation had gone through. So this is like an upgrade of our DNA and how we see our daily lives. So after that dream with my lifeless body, I was able to channel the message of the Sirians. And for me, the Sirians had been with me, I think, since my like around 14, or when I studied the trigonometry, probably around 14 or 15. And it really brought me to a space where my classmates at that time, I went to a private all-girls Catholic school, St. Paul's in Philippines. And we had an exam, and when I was studying trigonometry, I literally feel like a scientist, that I've already done this and that the configuration makes sense to me. And I had one mistake from that, probably, not sure now, like 75 exam quiz. And they were all like wondering, how the heck did I do this? So last night, after going through the Sirian Channeling, I download the Sky app. I had this a while ago and then just started to do this again because I look at the planets and I could see the Mars, the red planet. And Mars is being, the highlight of our DNA right now, with Elon Musk, right, traveling through this exploration. But there's a lot of conspiracy theory about Mars, and the Martians were already here. Like I felt like I was born in the 60s, so in the 60s I could already feel that the Martians are here. So obviously they've been wandering Earth, exploring our Mother Earth, and we are all communicating through these planets and star systems. So where am I going with this topic? I'm just truly sharing what I've experienced. And while I was exploring the constellations, it's so beautiful. It's like home. So as a child in the Philippines, I grew up there watching the stars, and I would watch the stars before I go to sleep. That's my agenda every night because we have a lot of sun and amazing weather. So the ancestors that are residing in that space are the Lemurians, which is also star-seeded by the Lyrans. So I'm getting all this galactic genealogy that I didn't have a clue until I started sharing and being focused on this galactic history. Because I had an experience with a boyfriend on 2008 about the ancient history of the Egyptians, Sumerians, the Mesopotamians, right? Which is so amazing because it leads us back to the aliens, the extraterrestrials. But what I feel is we are the extraterrestrials because literally our DNA, our genealogy started from the star beings, which are the Elohims, the Lyrans, and the Sirians, that star-seeded our 12-strand DNA, which was mutilated, controlled, and we had this galactic war against the reptilians, the draconians, and all these things that are happening now on Mother Earth in the 3D world was actually light years ago had happened. So these entities are still holding us back. So there's a lot of that in that vibration. So if you're vibrating in fear, constrictions, and like following like a sheep, then you are being a puppet because these are the controllers of our cosmic light. It's like a hijack of our luminous light. So in order to bring the golden era, we go through these cycles. And all this religion, like Hinduism, Buddhism, all of this has a wisdom, and that they are from the wisdom keepers. Today when I woke up, I was brought to Thoth, one of the scribe and guardian and of these emerald tablets. So I'm exploring emerald tablets, Thoth, Ra. I was also listening to Ra during my hike, and it's just so expansive that we have all this divine intelligence, artificial intelligence, because we are tapping into the universal light and divine mind of God, creator, source, however you deem this word of God, because God had been so used by church and institutions that had the intention of monopolizing the belief, and it's actually a lot of occults and the mal agenda of these leaders from religious tyranny that is hostage your spirit. And that's why the law of karma, the cause and effect, it keeps repeating the cycles and history of our suffering as humans, because we keep participating in the karmic wheel of the lower vibrations, the human lower vibrations of our consciousness. So in order for us to upgrade and accelerate to our true nature, which is so synchronized harmoniously with the divine creation, like the water running, the elements, the sunlight, this solar energy that we are receiving from the logos, these are actually encoding us with the upgrades that we need to remember from all these guardians, the watchers that are looking at what we're creating, because they are here, the Sirian High Council, the Pleiadian emissaries, the Orions, gatekeepers. These are a recording of our Akashic Records. So in my 12 years of studies with the Akashic Records, I was receiving these channels right at the get-go when they woke me up and said, "You're returning to home." And when I received that loud voice of this galactic leader, I thought I was going to die, because where is home? It is actually, home is your soul. I'm returning to the knowledge and the intelligence of my soul's incarnation. So after 12 years, I kind of upgraded and became more of an expert on how you can transcend and shift your victim life story. Like the mundane, When I talk about the mundane, it actually depicts all our lower vibrations, such as being a victim of any karmic imprints that you have. So for me, it's a sex abuse. So my lower chakras are the ones that are affected. So in this life story, this is the karma of my ancestors and my generations by tapping into my Akashic Records, I was able to transmute these lower stories of my life, and was able to help others in claiming their divine birthright, which is to be an empowered goddess within. So the goddess within is also the galactic warrior. You know, ancient of timelines, when we were not in this physical dimension, we were androgynous. So there was no kind of preference, because our feminine and masculine energies are balanced. And there was no animosity regarding our sacred sexuality, but it has been manipulated and controlled, because that's a portal for greater access to the Kundalini energy, which is actually residing in our spine. And it comes all the way from your crown chakra all the way up when you're receiving the downloads from the cosmic informations. And that it flows through your spine, the presence of this cosmic light activating all the way down to the core of Mother Earth, so you can fully anchor and manifest whatever it is your purpose or your mission to accomplish here. To experience life at its highest, best, highest potential, which is really being in a blissful space of creation, expressing your creativity, allowing this luminous wisdom to flow through the generations to come, because we are the way showers. We are the first indigo waves. Those were born in the 60s, 50s, right? And that are indigo children, like my children were born in the 80s, 90s. They are the one that's going to collapse the old paradigm of control. So as we enter the Aquarian age, the conjunction of Jupiter, which is about the expansion of our incarnation, it holds the vibration of divine intelligence, wisdom, your beliefs. And highlighted with the conjunction of Saturn, which is the master. The Saturn is something that is like holding us back, responsible for all the things that we have done. This is the karmic gateway, kicker, you know. This is the hard work, like a mountain, you know, like the goat climbing up the mountain until you reach that apex. So it's asking us as an incarnated human to take responsible for all of our thoughts and intentions and actions, emotions and words. These are actually recorded in this field that we are talking about, the Akashic field, which is actually a primordial substance. It's the blueprint that anything that is in form, like the leaves, the plants, this ocean, had a blueprint in the realm of Akash, the 0 point field. So I'm just sharing all these things that are now making a full circle of how I created that cycle of the 12 years of studying Akashic Records, and now tapping into the galactic blueprint of our journey as a human 12-strand DNA, the rainbow light warrior, that we have that shield of protection, and we're always protected whatever circumstances is occurring in the astral. That's why it's important for us to understand these divine masters, the spiritual guardians of our timeline. So then we are victorious. So being a vigilant student, an eternal student of our incarnation, we can find inner peace in the midst of confusion and shift that we are as a human collective had been experiencing. So thank you so much, and check out my fourth book, Collective Awakening, in Amazon.com, Amazon.ca. And hopefully this Collective Awakening book can shift your ego, your relationship with yourself, and how you can see and expand towards your galactic beautiful soul. Thank you. Namaste.